Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and today I'm so excited because for me this is a very personal video, and this is the first time I'm able to speak fluently about my money journey that started way back in campus. To me, it's a story of the first test of success, and having the benefit of hindsight right now, I feel privileged that I was able to go through campus, acquire an education, and on top of that, I was able to make my first million during that time. And so it is at that moment that I've been able to cultivate the basic principles of success that I've lived through as I pursue my success journey. So how did I make my first million while in campus? When I look back, I see a mix of luck, but most importantly, hard work. And I know a lot of you guys may not have been privileged to have such an opportunity, but I'm here to impress upon you that opportunities exist all over. It just depends on how you look at it, if you have the right people around you, and most importantly, if you have the right mindset. And for me, I feel like I was able to make my first million because I came from poverty. It was so difficult for me, having had the chance to come to the greatest university in East and Central Africa while underage. And so the fact that I was underage, I lost two opportunities which were critical for me to have a comfortable admission into the university. Since I was underage and lacked a national ID, I was unable to access government loans, and most fundamentally, I was unable to access student housing. And that presented my first challenge into my campus life. So most of you know that the University of Nairobi is within the Central Business District, and accommodation doesn't come cheap. And coming from a humble background, this situation presented a very difficult moment in my life. And quickly, I had to figure out something so as to be able to have accommodation for myself. Otherwise, I could be homeless. And that is how I started my campus life. I had to sell myself to strangers to be able to accommodate me. And so I felt lucky that I was able to convince one of the students who actually was gracious enough to accommodate me for the first year of my campus life. And I'll remain forever grateful to this gentleman who became a lifelong friend because of what he actually did to me. He gave me a chance to get free accommodation within the campus, but that changed my life because not only did it present to me an opportunity to be able to study without worrying about accommodation, but it also represents the path, but also it represents the reality that when we are faced by situations that are complex beyond our capabilities, that somebody can offer a solution. And therefore, in my journey towards success, I've been able to have that fundamental understanding that actually I can be able to seek help and also be able to get help. So through my journey, I was able to have that as a baseline and be able to know that actually asking and seeking for help is a skill to have in order to succeed. And so while going through campus, I started realizing that I not only came from a humble background, but I needed to take more responsibilities when it comes to money, because I needed to do stuff here, buy a laptop, buy a nice phone, and all these little stuff that comes in handy during our campus lives. And so I needed to start doing things in order to earn income to be able to sustain my lifestyle in campus. And this introduced me to being able to start small supply businesses here and there that formed the basis of my journey into entrepreneurship. But remember, I didn't have to be an entrepreneur in campus. I was forced to because of circumstances. And as a result, I started to realize and do things for myself from my earlier campus days. And this completely shifted the way I lived and pursued my academics, because I started realizing the values of money, because the money that I had to spend was money I worked for. And I started realizing how difficult it was to actually make money from an earlier age. But therein were the critical lessons that I was able to learn. And the first lesson was the do more principle. I had to study, and at the same time, I had to go out there to earn some income for me to sustain my campus life. And while I was at these formative years, I started realizing that maybe I could be good in politics. And I took a shot at campus politics, and I was able to come out a success. And that presented yet another opportunity for me to expand my business territories, because I was able to access the businesses that were around campus as a result of being in student politics. But being able to have these opportunities and actually realizing the benefit, the full financial benefit of these opportunities wasn't easy. I had to apply the do more principle at a very high level for me to be able to turn around and be able to make sales that netted millions of shillings. And I started to realize fundamental principles of business, the importance of cash flow, the goodness of having good relationships with the supply chain. And I became so addicted to becoming an entrepreneur that I actually missed out on attending my graduation day and party, because I was so consumed into becoming my better self. I didn't want to fail myself when it came to entrepreneurship, and I put my academic side on the sideline. This is not to say that you need to not to take your academics seriously. This is to let you know that you can actually pursue life from a high level of conviction, that if you're going for something, you have to go all in so that you can realize the full benefits of whatever opportunity you find yourself in. And so I was able to work extremely hard, serve my fellow students at a level that wasn't seen before. And for the guys who are in the academic year 2014-2015 will attest to this. And those were my formative years that introduced me to a level of success that I hadn't seen before, and inculcated in me a do more principle that still serves me to date, because I've gone through the fire and I've been able to know and realize that it's never easy to actually transform yourself without fully backing that up with all your might. And whenever I see the lack of preparedness of the average person, I begin to wonder if they are actually serious